What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel, and today we are unboxing the Mattel Creations Mattel Retro Shawn Michaels. I'm really excited about this. Shawn Michaels, of course, no stranger to the retro line, as he had a, well, not a super well-received retro a few years back that warmed at Walmart for months, possibly even over a year. A lot of people weren't happy with it because they kind of chose a more modern Shawn Michaels. This, of course, more 95, 96 era Shawn Michaels. I think something that's a little bit more acceptable to the public. Of course, the retro line went on ice after Wave 10, and a lot of people were disappointed, and the hashtag We Want Retros was everywhere. And let me tell you, did that work? Because do we ever have retros with companies like Zombie Sailor Toys, Heels and Faces? There's also Hastel Toys, Grapplers and Gimmicks. There's Rush Collectibles. There's figure collections. There's a new company called Title Run Toys that has shown off some really cool stuff, including an Ernest the Cat Miller and a Juventud Guerrera more recently, which I'm pretty excited about. And if I'm missing anyone, I apologize. Epic Toys, that's another one. We're going to be unboxing DDP very soon here on the channel. So a lot of retro companies, and of course Mattel's like, hey, why not keep making them? So the retros went back to Mattel Creations with these 4-packs. And of course, I think this is the 6th set, so technically the 6th series. And as you can see here, they really made them a lot different than they were previously. We got the black and white card back, which I think was something that was definitely missing from the originals, plus a showcase of the action and a little cutout bio card. All those things are very Hasbro-esque to me. Even if you look at the Shawn Michaels figure up there in the top left-hand corner, it doesn't show any of the deco. Same with the Bulldog, actually, and Alundra Blaze, too. There's no deco, so that's kind of what was interesting about the original Hasbros, is even though you saw what the figure looked like, you didn't fully know. Of course, this doesn't matter in this instance, because these came in a 4-pack altogether, which I will be unboxing all the other 3 figures here on the channel. Super excited about the Isaac Yankem. If anyone knows me, knows I love a good goofy character or a goofy gimmick in wrestling, and so that one was right up my alley. Now they need to give us like Farouk Assad and the Goon. They've been made in Elites. It can happen, so let's make it happen. But no, this is a cool figure. Obviously, he's got the pullback punch. Yeah, it makes sense for Shawn Michaels. And of course, his bio card, not a lot of information there. Says Shawn Michaels won the 1995 Royal Rumble match after he evaded elimination with only 1 foot touching the floor. Evaded elimination. Have you ever evaded elimination in your life? I don't know if I have. But overall, pretty cool. Of course, these also have this type of plastic cover, so it's resealable, I guess. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm not sure if it's something that bothers me too much, because, you know, I am an opener. This is an unboxing video. Everyone realizes that, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Of course, we get this image right here, kind of reminiscent of the Hasbro line, but again, they're making it their own. So it's definitely a clear-cut homage or homage to Hasbro, but Mattel making it their own, which I think is probably smart for not only just to make it their own, but also for legal reasons. Again, I don't know if something like that could get you in trouble, because it's an action figure, and all action figures are kind of inspired by others, but you never know. Like I said, of course, the red tights with the white hearts, white knee pads, the black gloves, very reminiscent of like 95 HBK. Although that doesn't look like 95 HBK in the picture. What do you guys think? That looks almost more current day. Of course, they definitely photoshopped the hair quite a bit, but that's all right. They can't all be winners. But no, definitely, like I said, definitely a cool figure. I'm excited about this wave. As we know, the next wave of 4 figures from Mattel Creations will be a really interesting one. We're going to get a Sensational Sherry, which we actually just got from Hastel Toy. In fact, he did 2 different versions of that. First time in the line, Miss Elizabeth. I don't think she's ever had a retro or Hasbro style, so that's going to be fun. We get Zeus. You can't give me enough Zeus figures. I'm actually waiting for them to make a Zeus in the Superstars line, because I feel like he would be perfect in that line. And we're getting Hulk Hogan as Rip Thomas from No Holds Barred. I'm all about that. I think that is fantastic. So give me all the Rip figures. Of course, we got Rip and Zeus and the Ultimate line as part of the No Holds Barred SDCC exclusive. I would love to see. We got an Elite Zeus, which I actually have that over there behind me that you can't see. My pile of stuff to eventually do videos on. That will be unboxed here on the channel. And it's a SummerSlam Elite. Really good figure. I would love a Rip Elite. I know they've probably done Hogan in the blue, In fact, I'm almost positive there was a ringside exclusive. I'll throw a picture up here if I can find it. I think they did. So I know there's websites like Threadheads and places like that where you could get a rip tank top. In fact, I took the Superstars Hogan with the blue tights and put a rip tank top on him to make him a rip. A pretty easy little custom chop up figure there. So I would love an Elite, but we'll see if that happens. But let's take Shawn out of the packaging here. Again, these are different than the typical packaging, as the card is still intact. What do you guys think? Good, bad? No, I don't know. I don't hate it. It's a little different, but it is resealable. Now, resealable, I see the window here, is good and bad, because it's good in the sense of like I can put this back. It's bad in the sense that other people can put it back and claim it's brand new. And I don't know if I really like that as much. He stands up well. Well, let's get him in the camera shot. How about that? Yeah, very cool figure. Very Hasbro-esque. I don't think anything will top the original. Well, not the best action. It's okay. But again, a lot of these figures don't have action currently besides the Mattel ones. Got the detail on the boots. I do like that. The Heartbreak Kid logo on the back. That looks pretty nice. The hearts on the back, so they didn't skimp on the deco there. He did, in later years wear that on his gloves, but I don't think in this era he did. Of course, got the tattoo. A much better head scan than his original retro. But like I was saying, I don't think anything will top the original HBK Hasbro. Now, he did have a Rockers Hasbro that was not the best. But the Shawn Michaels in white and red, I think it might be actually one of the best Hasbros of all time. And it's in the same wave with Razor Ramon, which is also one of my favorite Hasbros of all time. So that is always going to be an interesting one because they're both really, really good. But no, this is a great retro. I'm glad to have it in the collection. I think it's perfect representation of Shawn Michaels from the New Gen era. So, and if you're keeping score at home, all these figures are from the New Gen era, that 95-96 era. Of course, Dr. Isaac Yankem, DDS, who eventually became Kane, Alundra Blaze, a.k.a. Medusa, and the British Bulldog, which British Bulldog was an interesting choice because a lot of companies are doing the British Bulldog. We've had, just this year alone, Epic Toys did a 2-pack of the British Bulldogs from kind of like the late 80s. The Big Rubber Guys did the British Bulldogs, kind of, in their LJN style. We've also seen several Bulldogs from Hastel Toy, Grapplers and Gimmicks, all really cool, from 97 Heart Foundation to 92 SummerSlam, the 95 Bulldog, several iterations of them. And, of course, this one from Mattel, I can show you here if you didn't see before, is going to be his short hair version, which is kind of cool. Again, Bulldog, very toyetic. It's crazy to me that we've seen this many Bulldog figures this year. Is it overkill? Hard to say. Retro fatigue. Let's talk about that. That's another thing we can talk about on the show. Retro fatigue. To quote my good friend Travis Fowler, I'm retroed out. Of course, you probably heard him talk about that on TB Toycast because there's so many retro companies. Another one I forgot to mention earlier, KWK, Shawn Ing, good friend of the show. He's doing his awesome retros as well. But when this many are coming at you, this many pre-orders, and these are all premium price figures, it becomes a lot. And you start to wonder, do I need this? Do I need that? Do I keep collecting? Maybe I dip out here. Maybe I dip out there. Maybe I only buy these guys. I know some people are like, I'm only buying the Federation era WWF characters. So I'm not going to buy a guy like Sabu, the Zombie did, because he doesn't fit that era. I'm not buying Roadblock that Rush Collectibles did because he doesn't fit that era. Maybe, Title Run Toys is doing Wrath. Well, he was a WCW guy. Cella did Adam Bomb. That was another really good one. They did Gangrel, but does he fit the Federation era? Because he's more late 90s, more Attitude Era than, like, say, Golden Era. So everyone has their rules with collecting. To me, it's all about fun. There's been so many fun figures this last couple of years. We got a Colt Cabana retro from Figure Collections. I think that figure is fantastic. It's not one that was on my radar, but I think it's really good. Figure Collections also did the Headbangers. And, of course, Mattel recently did the Headbangers as well, so a lot of cool Headbangers figures. I think that's really fun. The Max Moon, or Comic Kid from KWK, is an amazing figure. The Power and Glory set from Zombie, amazing figures. Hastel Toy, guys like Duke the Dumpster Drosy, the Godwins, all amazing figures. I'll throw as many of those pictures in there as I can. One thing I've learned editing these videos, I talk faster than I can put the pictures in, so I have to kind of careful how many names I throw in at once. But all these are really, really fun. Men on a Mission from Hastel Toy. Are you kidding me? Those are great. They even did Oscar. I mean, unbelievable. So as much as I like these, sometimes it's one of those things where so many are created that it's hard to figure out the best way to do it. And to me, I always tell people this with collecting: collect what you want, find your joy, find what you want. If for whatever reason these are it for you, then collect these. But maybe it's Playmates Ninja Turtles, then get those. Maybe it's Toy Biz X-Men. Maybe it's current day Marvel Legends. Maybe it's Star Wars Black Series. Maybe you're like, you know what, I'm going to go all in on everything Super 7. We're going to be spending a lot of money, but find your joy. Find your joy in collecting, because that's what we have to do. I do enjoy these. I do plan to get more of these retros. There's also an upcoming Bloodline 4-pack with Solo, Sikoa, Roman Reigns, and the Usos coming up. It'll be exclusive to Ringside Collectibles. I think that's really cool. And then I think also, looks like his ponytail's articulated. Well, look at that. That's pretty cool. So you can kind of move it on around there. But really, really cool stuff. There's also, like I said, it was a Brother Love coming with a Royal Rumble retro ring. So some more cool stuff from Mattel, doing awesome with this retro line. I think these are great. And they hit me in the feels, and I know that there's so many retros happening. It's hard to buy them all. It's hard to dive into them all. But I think get what you want and have fun with what you want, because that's what this is about. Figure collecting is about having fun, which is also what this channel is about, as well as the podcast. So check out TB Toycast wherever you get your podcast every Thursday. We have a ton of great episodes with different main events all the time. We also recently covered X-Force, not to be confused with X-Men, which I did not know the difference as a kid. X-Force was a completely different line of unique characters, guys like Shatterstar, who I always thought was such a fun figure. In fact, when I got his Marvel Legends, it was one of my favorites because it looked just like the Toy Biz, just modernized, which I thought was great. So we recently covered X-Force. Check that out over on TB Toycast. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to leave a comment. Leave us a thumbs up if you can. And let me know what other unboxings you'd like to see. I got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. Like I said, I got a whole chair full of stuff over there, including some more Simpsons, some Mattel Elite, Mythic Legions, Big Rubber Guys, and even Animal Warriors. That's going to be a fun one. If you haven't seen those yet, really fun figures. So they're all coming up here on the channel. Thank you guys for checking out the TB Toycast YouTube channel, and we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shot.